I hope you can hear me and see me. I have no idea what I'm doing. Welcome to another Mac 84 live stream. We're on the other side of the basement today, so I can easily access some things. And yeah, I moved. I'm using a I'm using a PC laptop with a desk that the monitor is like tilted. So we got an interesting setup going on here. That door goes outside. So yeah, we do have a second camera set up, which is pointed at things. So we're gonna try and do something here. But yeah, we're gonna try. But anyway, how's everyone doing? I did not pop out the chat here, so I need to make it bigger, or I'm gonna go blind trying to read the darn thing. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? And I'm gonna change the chair, because if I'm sitting on this metal chair for like 2 hours, I'm gonna break my butt. Alrighty, let's make this larger. I hate streaming from a PC. We'll talk about that in a moment. Like, yeah, the lighting is terrible. But let's say hello to a few folks. We have Retrotech Tom, hello. Carl is here, All Things DG. Mike is here, Dave is here, Kai is here. We have Jack68K. Who else has joined? We have Jamie's Hack Shack, Apple's Anonymous, Gut Bomb, of course. Standard Deviation is here. Trina is here. Who else? Who else? Bent MG is here. SadMac356. Eep. We have Bladeworks Studio. We have Francois, SJ Bryan. All right. Yeah, the lighting sucks here. In fact, if it sucks that bad, I'll put a light here. But there's gonna be a lot of moving around in this. I was, believe it or not, I was struggling to get this thing set up because I just moved this desk over, which allows me to pivot things around a little bit. But I don't think this setup is going to be ideal. So I'm going to be fiddling around with it. You talk amongst yourself. A bunch of other folks joined. Hello, hello. Let me get up from this chair for a moment. Nobody should be sitting on one of these for a long period of time. I am mic'd up to the wireless microphone. So when I move around, hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. Let me know in the chat if that is working well. I'm going to take the second camera off of this cable. I'll probably mount it on top of the monitor. Maybe that would kind of, sort of work. I gotta figure this out. It's the first time I'm using this camera. I bought it and then it didn't seem to work, so I didn't use it, but it's It's one of those Logitech Brios. It's supposed to be like 4K, but I bought it used, so figured. Audio sounds great. Excellent. All right, so let me move some things around here. And a bunch of cables and junk that I was grabbing just in case we needed them. And I'll put those over here. And let me see what I want to do with this webcam. I guess I could keep that cable there. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't plan this out. Could you freaking tell? Oh my goodness. But we should be able to, hold on, if this cable's long enough, I don't want to cut off the power. That would be an extraordinarily bad idea. There we go. I think that'll work. Because the beauty of this setup, at least the supposed setup, is you're supposed to be able to be moved around, because this desk is like a rolling cart. It's like a hospital desk. And you can see the other crap I have going on here. So, yay. Yeah, so you're all prisoners in my basement while I take inventory. Oh boy, because there's no good spot for a desk here right now as the wheels crunch. The electrical cord is going up, and so is the Ethernet cable. So your Model 80 is behind the things that we're digging through today, Mike. So your fault for not dragging it home last time. God, that thing is heavy. My goodness. My goodness. Nice craps. Thanks, Dave. It's a compliment coming from you. This desk sucks. Oh my God. I don't know what happened. I think a bolt or a piece of plastic broke or whatever. Okay, so the whole point of this, yes, I'm sitting on the chair. Now, I'm not going to sit on the Model 80, Mike. It's the last resort. So let's talk about some things. This has been a freaking while. Let me get the other window open up here. I have two screens here, and it's Windows, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Got about 50 people watching. Hello. I promise we'll do something entertaining in a moment. I just want to talk to you all because I haven't seen you all folks in a bit. Yeah, so to answer some questions from the chat, sorry. Yes, this is a Macintosh XL or Lisa 2. This pole is not movable unless you want the basement to fall down or the house to fall in the basement. So that's going to be there, whether you like it or not. Sorry. And then I have this Super Mac, which the door is open because I was fiddling with it. And I guess I could remove this extension cable. Perfect. No, there's no dancing on these poles, for the love of God. This is a Super Mac S900 dual processor 240. So I'll be playing around with that in a video, hopefully sometime soon. And if we bring the desk this way, this magnificent beast, which is on its own desk because, geez, it's freaking big and huge and stupidly heavy. I can't even move it. This is the Daystar Quad 132 PowerPC Daystar Genesis MP tower. This is the same one that Colin used to have and passed along to Action Retro, and then I bought it off of him because I'm a sucker. So this thing is metal. It is huge. It is heavy. It is kind of sucky, but that's only because I have this bad boy, which is much better. So yeah, but lots of fun stuff to play around with these things because I do want to do a video where I benchmark one against the other. You could guess which one is faster, and I've already done some of that. So that's why these two machines are set up here. And I had a little tray table thing with another monitor here. But today, what I'd like to do is dig out some of the bins that are directly behind this tower. So I had to move this. And look at some of the stuff I got from VCF Midwest because I promised to do a stream. That was like, what, 2.5 months ago or something ridiculous? So yeah. We're on the mobile cart, Dave. There's nothing much I could do here. I'm tilted in my brain anyway, so if the whole thing is tilted, then fine. Yeah, I just said, Francois, yeah, Colin had the clone, and then he sold it to Sean, and then I bought it from Sean. So it's been around. It's been around. Hey, Bruce. Bruce is here. But Bruce has been helping me run some benchmarks on this thing. It's a lot of fun. So, anywho, let's get on to some goodies, because you don't want to hear me yap around all night. Might as well do something. All right, so let's settle this. I don't know why this whole thing is tilted, but it's just going to be the way it is. Yeah, but I will be doing a video on it. Otherwise, nobody knows about these things. So, oh no, Colin's here. Did you steal my Daystar? It's been cursed in between owners, unfortunately. Sean had his mitts in here, and there was ample evidence of that. I'd turn it on right now, but you won't be able to hear anything I'm saying. But I'm going to have to move it because there are bins behind there, or maybe not. Let's see how lazy I am. Ugh. All right, so, those bins are, those bins are harder to access than I thought. Oh boy. Hold on. There we go. Let's pause that. Oh wait, I don't. This thing is so look how big this is. I'm a grown adult here. Look at this thing. It's like a refrigerator. This thing is freaking heavy. Oh my gosh. So it's got its own stupid little wheelie cart, which is hard to move because this thing is so bulky. And I'm afraid if I move it too much, the cart's just going to collapse. So, yeah. But I got an iBook box, so I got that going for me. All right, let's dig out some of these bins here. So make the chat bigger so I can actually read the thing. Fit so many processors in this bad boy. There we go. That's better. Tighten the bolts on the cart. Yeah. I did consider, Kai, taking the heatsink off and taking some photos and stuff. And then I'm starting to look at the darn board, and I'm like, this is too complicated, and I'm not reverse engineering this stuff. This you could buy at Mac84.net. This is my own design. And these are serial ports. There's also a version of the older style. And I guess I could type in the website here. If I could actually spell my own website. There you go. There's the thingamajig. Thank you. All right, let's move some crap. This is a Lenovo, but it's not crap. I think this is one I want to fix up. Oh, it's in a dock. That's why it's so thick. What is this? Lenovo X201. All right. All right, so this is the first bin we're going to be looking at. Oh yes, Aaron, don't worry. So I'm taking off some time from work, as long as it gets approved, at the end of December, last 2 weeks or so, and I'm hoping to wrap up a bunch of freaking videos. So that's included. I did see that, Trina. I did. I tuned in just as your cat was booting Ryan from the chat continuously. So, how the hell am I going to do this here? I guess I could use this chair. By the way, if the furnace goes on, I'm sorry for the noise. But I can actually get to the furnace now. It's not a fire hazard. Isn't that a nice thing, you know? Oh, boy. There's an exercise machine in the way. Lord knows I haven't used it. Let's move the cart this way. I even forgot what I was just about. Oh, the clone video. Yes, yes, yes. Considering I'm like backlogged on like 15 videos, I'll do my best. All right, so let's move this chair this way. This is moving furniture with Steve. This way, it'll be propped up on something. There we go. And I can sit my lazy ass down. Oh, that's nice. Uh-oh, something fell. Oh, it hit the Lisa. Oh no. It'll be fine. Lisa's made like a tank. Oh boy. Yeah, let's move this here so we don't hurt the Lisa anymore. Poor Lisa's been through enough. Okay, so we have a second camera here. Let me figure out what the best situation for this cart is. Really a piece of crap. Let's figure out the best situation for this. Let's see. So here's the second camera. What if I just tape it here? Yeah, that'll work. High production values at Mac 84. I was going to bring the bins one by one over to the other side of the basement, but then I realized I don't want to do that. So we're just doing this. And I'm sorry if you don't appreciate the high quality production values, but if you don't, then you don't have to stick around. So I'm so welcoming, aren't I? Oh, this angle, you can see a lot of crap, huh? Oh boy. Well, it is what it is. Let's just adjust this slightly. It's like right on my face. You know what? Such a piece of crap. Here, let's put this box of magazines on the desk. Now it's got some traction. Uh-oh. There, then we could move a little bit easier. How about that? That's a little bit better. Oh my goodness. Yes, gaff tape. Yes. It was only in my Amazon cart for like 5 months. And I'm like, oh, I should really use that. I should really use that. Where did I get it? Did I order it yet? Where did I put it? Oh. All right. Now, I'm an idiot. Well, I've been an idiot. This is not news. Sorry, just trying to... I have the stupid pole here, so I'm trying to see if that's the best place for the... Oh, you know what? This is what we're going to do here. I'm going to put the camera on the damn laptop, as it was designed to be. How about that? And we're going to switch over this desk view so the cameras are different. So the small one is big and the big one is small. This will make sense in a moment. Okay. There we go. Make this one tiny. Oopsies. I hate you, computer. There we go. Windows is always trying to do something you don't. All right. There we go. So you're on, this camera is me, and this camera is the one on the tripod, which makes better sense. So let me catch up in the chat. You lost 2 viewers and you said folks could leave. Well, whatever. Yeah, so the Lisa 2 and the Macintosh XL, there's not much difference. There's like a ROM difference, and there is a little modification done to the analog board, which I believe was optional, that you can modify the screen to display more square pixels to be similar to the Macintosh, because Lisa used rectangular pixels, I think, or, you know, approximations. There's all this information online. I'm probably butchering it, but the insides of the machine are extremely similar except for those two things. The Lisa does not have a Lisa badge on the bottom, or does it say Macintosh XL? So, yeah. Oh, I'm tired already. All right, let's open some bins. I'm off to a great start, aren't I? Oh boy. All right, so we're gonna get a little bit of motion sickness. Sorry, folks. Oh, that cable's short. Well, there goes my thoughts. You should have put the longer cable on the other camera, you idiot. I mean, we're professionals here, so we're just gonna adapt on the fly. All right, so this is a bin of discs and documentation. We're not going to go through each and every one, but some of these might seem familiar to some folks. So the Power User Memory Upgrade Manual. This is for 30 and 64 pin modules, and this is for 72 168 pin modules. Hey, Rodville, how's it going? And anybody else I forgot to say hello to? Hello? Oh. So I've been having pain in my neck due to a pinched nerve. So this is going to be fun. You think of these things when you just start streaming, don't you? All right, so we got some of those. We have a PowerMac G4 setup guide. How about that? Claris works for Macintosh. There goes the furnace. Oh boy. Prepare your ears. Apple file server update. Got 2 of them. I think my good pal Ron of Ron's Computer Videos donated some of these things, but they are in the same bin as some of the other stuff. Macs for Dummies. How about that? No, the shed is not. That's not the only pain. I have many pains in my life. What the hell is this? I got a little thingamajig. Hope this is entertaining, folks, because this is what I got right now. Oh, I closed the other window. How did I manage that? Oh, Windows. Yeah, I'm gonna blame Windows. Always blame Windows. That's the foolproof way to stream. Okay, let's there we go. Now I can see how many people are not watching me. Perfecto. All right, so yeah, I think there's a camera. Oh no, this is let's take a guess, folks. What do you think is in this bin? This little pouch, rather. What do you think is in this little pouch? You may be pleasantly surprised. Chris says a zip drive. Colin says, how are you all guessing correctly? Here's a zip drive. Did one of you give me this and I forgot? Or maybe it was from a different stream. I think this came from Ron, if memory serves. Quadro 950. So got a zip drive in here. We also got some SideQuest discs. These are Easy 135 cartridges. Look at that. So yes, I believe these came from Ron. And we got some documentation here. A PowerBook User's Guide for the 190. Oh, I loved this book. I think it was the 3rd edition or 2nd edition, one of these, that I would borrow from the library. Like, there we go. We can turn it now. I would borrow this, like, I guess we don't need the second camera for now. Stupid screen arrangement. I would take this book out so many times that they were like, really? Again? You know? I don't think this has the CD in it, but thankfully that's archived online. But I would read these things cover to cover. Just like how much of a geek I was. But one of the best things about it, besides the CD, was that what I would do was I would look in the index, you know, how you actually look things up in books of this size. And I would look for a problem like Sad Mac or something like that. And so let's see, where they have SCSI devices here. Let's see, Sad Mac icon, page 912. So I'd be having a problem or whatever, and I'd look in one of these books, and I'd go to 912, and there we go, Sad Mac. So a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, how do you know all this stuff? Well, I mean, I've read these stupid things, so this is what I've been looking at a lot of the times. So this is ingrained into my memory. Hey Tara, how's it going? Zip drive. Yes, zip drive. It's a parallel zip drive though, so it's very stupidly slow. Stupidly slow. Yeah, a lot of these vintage stuff is like stupid on eBay, but then you go to like a local buy-sell thing and they're like $5, $10. So we got some other documentation. Apple Remote Access Client, Macintosh Express Modem. Was there a disc in here? Oh yes, there is. How about that? Oh goodness. Ooh, I like this. PowerBook 500 series expansion card. We have a System 7 tune-up. We have the documentation for this easy drive. And let's see what else we got. We have a few more things, then we got a bunch of discs here. What is this? This is sealed. Oh yes, this is one of the CDs for like the printers that they sold you. There we go. Yes, I'm sure that modem disk has been archived a great many times. If not, I have like 5,000 of them. So, RAM expansion card for the PowerBook Duo. That's kind of weird. Oh, hey, Stefan, right? I did get that system working. I had to do a full recap of everything, but it does live. So thank you so much for that donation. That was very kind of you. I hope you did pick up some fun things at the show because there were so many things there. And I did do a video about VCF, the VCF East swap meet. If anyone wants to take a look at that. Stefan's photo is in there, and he gave me a Macintosh LC3, which was very kind of him. And yeah, that thing needed a whole new set of caps on the logic board, needed a whole new set of caps on the power supply as well. But it does work nicely now. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I will be using that in a future video, I'm sure. This is a little poster, I guess, that came with the printer. Color technology. Color design. That's really cool. All right, what else? So we have some printer cartridges. Oh boy. I don't know if these still work. Probably not. Oh yeah, then here's a little container. Yeah, because that's like the black ink cartridge. And then this is the black ink as well. Is this sealed? That'd be funny if it was. Nope, it is open. Somebody opened it already. But it's nice to have the little box, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm crazy. We have a generic Canon one, which will fit because these were just rebranding Canon ones. We got some more things here. We have a Super Disc installation CD-ROM. And then we have some Virex documentation. And then just, oh, is that cable not long enough? Well, there we go. And a whole mess of floppies. And some SideQuest discs. So that's what's in the first bin here. Like I said, I think this stuff, most of this in here, and I just tried to keep like things together, but most of the items in here did come from my good pal Ron of Ron's Computer Videos. Please give his channel a subscribe if you have not done so already. He's always kind whenever he sees weird documentation or stuff that he thinks I might enjoy. So I always try and give him a shout out. Oh yes, so this okay, some of this stuff I think came from 2 years ago when Ron just was clearing out a lot of his personal stuff. He had a lot of extra things, and whatever wasn't cleared out, he had to toss or find a new home for. And that's where I took a lot of the documentation things and stuff like that. There wasn't time to like look through a lot of stuff, but there was this one book and it was kind of waterlogged. So what I did was I ripped off the back of it, so I had the ISBN and I have the CD. So I have to archive that CD. But that is the first bin here. And this, oh, this container thing snapped already. Oh, you piece of crap. Look how cheap you are. And I will go and grab another bin. That's right over here. So pardon the old man noises. Archive it. I think that disc is already archived because I think I've done that already. But you know what? Let's take that out of here. I will leave it on the desk so it is easier for me to grab. So if you do a search on the Internet Archive and you do not find that that CD, let me know. I'll archive the thing. Oh, let me get up here. Oh boy. Gonna move the bin over here. Sorry if you saw my butt. And we're gonna go to the next bin. How exciting is this? Oh, the other bins are buried. I'm laughing to myself because I'm causing myself pain. Well, they're not going to rescue themselves. I got to dig a little bit. Oh, there we go. A Daystar is good for something. Let's move the camera up so you're not focused on my gut. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Okay. This is all unrelated stuff. I really should have dug these bins out earlier, huh? least I could see them now. Thanks, Trina. It's not orange, it's red. The camera's showing off different colors. Oh boy. Oh, found a screw on the ground. How about that? I should just move this stupid Daystar. That's the thing that's in the way here. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. At least show my underpants, not my ass. All right. Help! All right. Where is... Okay, so if I move this to here, it's just a big game of Tetris, folks. I move the Mavica over here. And move that over there. Now I can reach this box. You know, I put all this stuff away. Now I'm not going to be able to put it back. Alrighty. Nobody puts Daystar in the corner. Hey, Eric, how's it going? That's no moon. That's Steve's ass. All right, let's... Now I can't even sit down here. It's so... it's not a lot of room here. All we're going to become fast friends, I could tell. All right, so let's be kind to each other here. Had a long day. All right, so in this box, there's a bunch of Apple videotapes. Huh? Look at this. So these were part of a bundle that I bought from one of the sellers at VCF Midwest this past year. And they had a bunch of stuff. I think they were a former Apple dealer. Thank you, Colin. No, you're the first. My wife has told me many times there's a lot of crap in the basement. Anywho, these were videotapes that this gentleman had, and he did not want to sell them individually. He wanted to give them away as a bundle alongside some documentation we'll hopefully dig out in a little bit. But there's a bunch of tapes here. Some of them are duplicates. They tend to skew the early 80s, but there are a few from the 90s. Yeah, Callan, so you were there. Okay, yeah, so yeah, he had a bunch of stuff. So I came back from VCF Midwest, put everything in boxes, and it took me a month to get the darn video out. So, all right, so the first tape we have here, let's see if we can bring this a little bit close. Hi. This is the Writing Center Central, Howard High School, Arkin Public School TV Center, February 1987, 13 minutes and 57 seconds. So that's what's on that tape. To cover my face or I'll focus on it. Let's see what the label looks like inside. There we go. It says the exact same thing. Nice and yellowed label. No surprises inside there. Not even a little label there. But this is something that will have to be archived at one point. Did I put the tape in backwards? Silly Steve. And then we have an Apple Learning Series, Early Language. That runs for 11 minutes, 58 seconds. I have to find a spot to put these tapes as I go through them. Here we go. I'll put them next to the Daystar to keep it company. Macintosh Solutions for Administrators. Sounds kind of interesting. 1 hour long. Oh boy. That's a long one there. February 1991 as they did on that one. Building a Community of Learners. What happens after you've been using a network for 3 months? What happens after you've been using a network for 3 years? More than email. And this has some tape on it. I certainly do, Jeremy. And I've archived plenty of tapes to the Internet Archive already. It's a long and tedious process, but I will get through them eventually. This is Apple Early Language Connections, 26 minutes by Corporate Media Services. And there is a Apple Desktop Communications, The Meeting of the Minds, sales video, success stories, Arthur Young, Cope Fun, something, Apple Communications Framework, exciting. What else we got here? Apple Talk Network System for Education. For K-12 market, Project 2000. This would be a hoot. What did these folks envision? The year 2000. In the year 2000. Oh, no worries, Chris. I have a plethora of experience in this area. Used to do it professionally. Macintosh in the classroom, but I appreciate your help, your reach out for help. January 1991. How about that? Some good B-roll in this. Almost forgot. This is the one tape I saw there, and I'm like, I have to buy this bin. AUX product demonstration. Apple's Unix system for the 80s. This is a product demonstration of that. I think it runs about 30 minutes. This has already been digitized. Very kind gentleman at the VCF Midwest show had a digitization setup with a Laserdisc player and all sorts of stuff, and digitized that on the spot. I do have a low-res version of that available, but waiting for the high-res one and waiting for the Internet Archive to allow uploads again. And I'll be uploading that. A few more of the same ones. Thank you, Bruce. That's very kind of you. I do try. We have a bunch of other tapes. Just look at it. Just you read them. Look at them. We got technology for enhancing language skills. A lot of education stuff here. Internet strategy. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. There's a floppy in here. Verbatim data life. Oh, this should be a hoot. Apple's 21st century classroom. Ron, Eep, thank you for whatever I'm about to read. Reminding you to eat just the right number of eggs this coming Thursday from our friends at Ron Computer Videos, aka Ron. Ron, have you eaten too many eggs already? Maybe the same deviled egg? Sound a little bit loopy there, pal. Linux. Global Quest, the internet in the classroom. That sounds amazing. Macintosh setting up and getting started. We'll look at that in a second. Teaching, Learning, and Technology, presented by DOE and Apple Computer Incorporated, 15 minutes. This tape may be reproduced or broadcast. We'll see. Now I have explicit permission from Apple to do this. Put some nog in his eggs. The same deviled egg. So this is cool. This is a K-12 video. This one's fancier. We got some chapters. Unpacking, setup, turning on the power, learning basic skills, completing the basics. You can stop and practice what you've learned after each chapter from 1993. How about that? Well, you'd be surprised. All you need is some like hip tune in the background that somebody sampled a decade later, and I get a YouTube copyright strike. So I'm going to try and avoid that. World of Desktop Media, I already have one of these, but who knows if that one... I think this one's archived, but this one's in good shape. This one is sealed, but I also have one that's not sealed. In Business with Macintosh. That's pretty neat. The holiday pie. Ron, have you been rummaging through the McDonald's garbage again? Own a Mac, the movie. I can't say I have any idea what the heck this is, but it looks to be only about 10 minutes long. Might have to do this on like Twitch or something. You may copy that VHS. Thank you, Ed. Oh boy. This is an Imagine 2 series of tapes. This is all sealed. It's all one bundle. There's no graphics or printing or anything else on it. But we have a bunch of programs on here. Cyber Classroom. That sounds a little risque, huh? Technology for enhancing language skills, enhancing curriculum, networking, multimedia. How computers are changing the way We teach and learn. Wow. So, a bunch of tapes, a bunch of stuff to go through. I don't know when I'll be able to archive them all, but slowly but surely. I've already duplicated, or archived rather, one or two tapes from this that were the Mac vs. Windows tapes. I think one was 1994 and one was 1996. So, whoopsies. So that was fun to look at. I don't, some of these are on YouTube and then, somebody or Apple's lawyers or something stupid happens and they get taken down. So my goal is to upload these to the Internet Archive, which hopefully, with all the crazy crap going on in this world, will remain exempt from certain copyright shenanigans. And we can enjoy these tapes together. Oh boy, people talking about eggnog now. All right, let's put the box on here. When you folks get tired of looking at boxes and potentially my ass, let me know. Hopefully, no more ass incidents. You have to pay for those. Stupid chair. Okay, there's at least two more bins. Okay, those are accessible. There's two bins that I really wanted to focus on during this stream. And I think there's, and then there's this other one here that I might be able to get to without digging a hole in the basement. So, oh God, this is a thing full of dot matrix paper and it's heavy. Whew, that's heavy. All right. No, I'm not going to show it to you because I'm not lifting that up. Oh yeah, I also have stuff I picked up from the Long Island Retro Show, which I also just continued to put in a bin and get out of the way because the missus told me to get it out of the living room before she threw it out. And in her defense, it was probably there for like a month. Okay, let's go through some of that stuff. This won't take long. There's not a lot of stuff here. Oh my goodness, Trina gave me a super chat. Eep! Here's Trina, no. Bad Trina, no. Please, for the love of God, no. All right, so, wait. I didn't see Sean's message because I was busy yelling at Trina. There's a computer guy doing computer things again. I like your new webcam setup there, Sean. It's a copy plastic. So this is something I picked up from Long Island Retro. I think it was all of $40 with the original box. This is a digital camera that was designed to work with the Sega Saturn, of all things. Isn't that neat? It is a bit beat up and waterlogged. It is the original Japanese box. It is, what, 20, 30-something years old? But this is something that Colin and I talked about on our Patreon podcast a while back. So if you are a patron or a member of my channel or a patron of Colin's channel, you get access to an exclusive podcast where we rant about random crap. People seem to enjoy it. So be sure to subscribe to that. Mike Eep, but it's Angry Eep. My favorite non-analog Italian company. Hey, Digio! Why no you take a good pictures no more? So this is a very simple rudimentary digital camera. I also picked up this, which I was looking for ages. This is a broadband adapter for the Sega Dreamcast. Not the modem, but the broadband adapter. And I remember going to the stores when the Dreamcast was brand new, and nobody even had the damn thing, and they were like, I'm never going to get it, blah, blah, blah. Here's the program from the show. LGR did a great recap video of his whole trip to there. He was there as well. Colin, put a link into the Patreon dealie. Put it to yours. I don't mind if people know where mine is. Mine's linked below, but you can put yours in as well. But yeah, there's a bunch of panels, a bunch of cool folks. That's a program from there. Check out LGR's video on that. Oh yeah, then this thing, it was like weird because, oh, sorry, I gotta stretch my neck. Oh, that felt better. Hopefully you heard that crack on the microphone. It was weird. So for the longest time, I've been looking for three things: the Sega camera, this broadband adapter, and this Game Boy adapter I'm about to show you. And at this show, I found all three things, and none of them were really ridiculously priced. So that was nuts. So this thing, I remember seeing in a magazine when I was in high school, And it's a cell phone adapter for your Game Boy that lets you dial in and share like things and trade Pokemon and dumb stuff like that. I just thought this was the coolest thing ever. And I always just wanted to like play around with it. And yeah, so this was in the box. I was kind of humming and hawing over if I should get it. From that same individual, I bought a bunch of Game Boy cases and replacement things. So he cut me a deal on it. I didn't pay too much for it. I forget exactly what I paid for it, but I was satisfied with it. It was under $100, whatever it was. And I'm just thrilled that I got all of these like Grail items, because I don't collect a lot of video game stuff. I have a lot of stuff from back in the day. There's not much I'm like looking for. So I was very, very happy to grab these things. I'm going to put them on top of the Lisa so I don't bury them. Ugh. And yeah, so that was really cool to find all those things in one spot. Hey everybody, how's it going? Okay. Yeah, that bin's going to be heavy, but I just wish I had like a camera like mounted on my forehead. We could just do it that way. Right? Why? No? Yes, not. Well, how about I just open the bin and we'll see if there's even anything of interest. I guess there is. Or I can just take a picture of it. This is just documentation and software. Not all of it is from the VCF event. But I'm taking a picture so I could talk about it. And it made a weird noise. And then I'm going to dig these bins out, because these are the two that I really want to talk about. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, that's heavy. Oh. Okay, we could move the Daystar back to its crevice. Hopefully. No, it would have to be a wireless webcam for that to work. Streamer gets strangled by his own equipment. All right, now we could actually move the chair around. Kind of. Okay. Let me just grab these bins over here. And by grab, I mean slide. Because these are freaking heavy, man. Oh boy. Here we go. So I went through some of these on one of Dave's streams a while back. Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Whew, that's a lot of boxes. But did not go through all of them, and would like to share some of them with you. So, keeps focusing on my face. That's not what I want to show you folks. You know what I look like. I'll show you the goodies in the bins. So, these were out of the bin, but I keep by my Lisa for reasons you'll find out. This is a Lisa selling guide. How cool is that? So some of these I think have already been scanned. But this is from, I think, this is talks about the Lisa 2, so this must be from '84. So that's pretty cool. No, there are no boards in the bin, Trina. How does Lisa run Macintosh software? Insert a 3.5-inch disk containing the Macintosh operating system and libraries in Lisa's disk drive and turn the system on. Seems pretty self-explanatory. We have another guide. This is a dealer's guide. And let's see. I haven't actually looked at these. Arranged with the Apple sales rep for Lisa 2 overview positioning presentation. Notify customers of upgrade program. That's right. They were. There was the bunny is jumping around upstairs. There was the option to upgrade to a Lisa 210. Look at that. That's pretty neat. That's an order number for a Lisa demo videotape. Opus project? Interesting. IBM competitive analysis videotape. Power of Lisa, Lisa Calc, Lisa Write, Lisa videotape. All these videotapes about the Lisa. I would love to see some of those. Ooh, a video disc. Oh, man. In store with Apple information. Disc number 4. I want that laser disc. Yes. Oh, boy. We have Apple System 32, Lisa technology, 32-bit architecture, personal productivity software. Oh, that's adorable. Look at the little computer family. There's a duplicate of that. A few copies of those, actually. These must have been handouts. There's like a bunch of them. Oh, here we go. Lisa 2 price list. Who wants to guess the price of a Lisa 2 with 512 kilobytes of memory, the processor plus the Macintosh operating system, and I'm going to guess this is in 1984. So this is a Lisa 2 without a hard drive, half a megabyte of memory, with a diskette drive. So the suggested retail price of a Lisa 2 is $3,495. The dealer price is $2,400. However, if you want the Lisa to be usable and you want a profile drive, that bumps the price up to nearly $5,000. The dealer price is $3,100. If you want a 10 megabyte internal drive, that's $5,500 and $3,700 respectively. And if you want an extra half a megabyte of memory, just that extra half a megabyte of memory, $1,400. So there's some of the pricing there. Well, the original Lisa was close to $10,000, but this is obviously a year later when it wasn't selling so well. Look at that daisy wheel printer, $2,100. I want the printer, but I'm not paying nearly that much for it. Pretty good markup, yeah. So there's some of the prices there. Got the ribbon pack for the image writer, $10 each. Not bad. Got some other things here. The Lisa Office system, I guess the software is $300. The Macintosh software is $200. You could buy all the Lisa applications individually. Didn't they come installed? Maybe not. I guess not. I don't know. $200. I guess maybe this is replacement. Who knows? Customer upgrade options. Upgrade to Lisa 2.5 with an internal 3.5-inch drive, diskette, new front bezel, and new software was $0 until June 1st, 1984. After June 1st, 1984, that same upgrade would have cost you nearly $600. So that answers the question I saw posted on Reddit the other day, which I already knew the answer to. But why aren't there a lot of Lisa 1s? Well, Apple gave you a free upgrade to a Lisa 2. You would have been hard-pressed to pass up on that, I think. Especially after you paid all that money for the Lisa 1. So, and then the second upgrade option would have upgraded you to a 10 megabyte internal or external, a 10 megabyte internal drive. And that would have been $2,400 or $2,800 if you waited. So, as a demo unit to the thingamajig, Lisa Literature, Apple 32 System Flyer, credit plan application, COBOL data sheet, Lisa Spares. A boot ROM was $15. How about that? Lisa training courses, $400. Power supply was only $200. I/O board, $200. Motherboard, $150. 10 megabyte hard disk assembly, $795. That's like the service price stuff, I guess. Interesting. Here's the Apple Care in-service price list for the Lisa. So, should go to Apple's store and be like, can I get my Lisa serviced? It's only here for a few $100s. Oh, here we go. Looks like it's the same, it's like a double page thing. Like upgrade matrix here. If parts are not returned within 45 days, dealers billed. Oh boy. So this is just the Lisa stuff from there. Ugh. Great test of my new glasses. I'm sorry. This is not the best setup, obviously. Ugh. My back hurts. I can't even like sit up for long periods of time. I'm falling apart, and so is the basement. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Or I'll be crushed. I will be crushed. Ugh. All right, what else we got here? We got some cool stuff. Let me bring this closer. Hope you like the squeaks of furniture. All right, let's move the camera just a little bit away here. Is this entertaining? I lost count of how many people left. Oh, we have 60 people watching. How about that? We have, oh yeah, this is by Sunra Marketing, MacWorks Plus. So MacWorks was the method in which you could run Lisa, Macintosh software on your Lisa or Macintosh XL. And this was basically, from what I recall, a specialized version of the Mac OS with some extra utilities that Sun Remarketing either had a license to resell or they just like updated this stuff on their own, but they had the blessing of Apple. There's a compatibility list here. There's an upgrade section. And I think I have some discs related to this as well. So I'm going to put that over here. We have more Lisa stuff. Lisa Introduction to MacWorks. Hard disk install instructions. Macintosh XL migration kit if you were upgrading your Lisa to a Macintosh XL. Here's the official Apple MacWorks document. Very close looking to the MacWorks Plus one, except there's no trademark. And the Apple is gone on the Sun Remarketing one. Oh boy. Hey Veronica, how's it going? Yeah, so this is, oh look, I got the packing list too. MacWorks manual diskette, system diskette. Here we go. For the Apple Lisa. Very cool. Okay, no worries. All right, put that aside. Oh, this was a fun find. And we got the sticker from Ryan, Everything's Broken Garage. That was hidden in here. I'll put that on something. This is a Mac OS X server. I wish they had the box of this. They did not. They didn't even have the CD, but at least I got the documentation here. It looks like it's more than just the manual. I wonder if the CD is hiding in here. It's probably not. We got our service guide. Let's see if this is flexible. Yeah, it's too flexible. There's no CD in here. I don't want to destroy the plastic too much because it's keeping this all together. Oop. And I think some of these are in PDFs online, but that was not a long-lived product, the original version. So it's cool to see that. Hey, Dana, how's it going? All right. What else we got here? Oh, this was neat. I have to scan this. This is from Mac User Magazine. I think I took a picture of this and sent it to Bruce and a few others. This is a list of file formats, of graphic file formats. It's a poster. And it's like picked, TIFF, EPS, and all the variations of those. And it tells you what software works with it. Either Canvas, Desk Draw, Desk Paint, Freehand, Illustrator, Mac Draft, Mac Draw, Mac Paint, Pixel Paint, Ultra Paint, Super Paint. Oh my goodness. So a lot of cool things to look at in this. And I think the other side is continued with similar information. So that's an interesting piece of history there. You have endorsements from, or just advertisements from Micronet, from Supermac, and all this fun stuff. So that's pretty cool. This looks like it's server documentation. Workgroup server. Hands-on labs. What is shoved in here? Is that a CD? Yes, it is. Internet Hands-on Workshop by Apple Internet Server Solutions. Never heard of that one. I will scan in the poster, Apple's Anonymous. You know that. This is one of the first pieces of things I saw when I opened up the bin. Look at this. Apple Computer, Apple Cluster Controller, and Apple Line. Yeah, these products were never released. So if you're thinking, hey, I don't remember that, that's why. So to have the piece of documentation for this is pretty neat. And there's actually two of them in here. So these were like sales brochures or whatever. One is a bit more yellow than the other. It's an addendum to a dealer pricing sheet in there. But this was pretty cool. So this is like, basically it was like a mainframe type deal that would help you interface with non-Apple machines, I believe. They have it listed in various names throughout the Macintosh Office early type thing. The posters and documentation and such, but I don't think they ever actually released it. We have a Apple/Digital Integration Solutions Reference Guide. Digital was another computer corporation, and I guess this is a very dry document. It is just pages and pages, I guess, of like compatibility stuff. Yeah, let me look at, try and make sense out of that. Got PhoneNet, EtherTalk, and you got some Macs there. You got a VAX. You got some PCs. You got an IBM mainframe. Look at this. Very cool. So not going to go through each and every paper. That would take way too long, but we have a network planning guide. We have some of these more colorful documents here. That are really cool. And these are like big catalogs that you would order information on. There's a guide to desktop publishing. There's a big binder here. I forget what's in the big binder. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is marked AUX. Thank you, Veronica. Oh, yes. This is a beta draft of this AUX documentation. So this is really unique. And look at that. The page numbers are all have notes in them. I think this is the one that had the page numbers with the notes in them. Yeah, highly confidential, need to know. Oops. So I think this was eventually released as like a public thing, but this is from September 1991. I just think this is cool. Now, sadly, there was a floppy disk insert that had this ink imprinted on it, and I saw that in the bin, and I didn't pick it up, but it was empty. It didn't have any floppies in it, but it would have been nice to sort of, it came with this. But and there's also this nice little AUX release flyer pamphlet, which is really cool. Are you tasting things again, Gupom? In fact, I should... I don't want this to get too... It looks like it already got beaten up a bit with the rings of the binder, so I'm going to move the paper a bit elsewhere so it doesn't do that. No, Apple's Anonymous. You did the wrong thing. You've doomed us all. Oh, yes. I got some Rhapsody developer release goodies. Yeah? Thank you, Dana. It cost a pretty penny. You better like it. And this includes, these discs I believe are already archived, but there's like the whole installation kit that talks to you about what systems it's compatible with. This is developer release 2. And we have the disc for Power Macintosh. We have, I guess, an earlier release for Power Macintosh. And then third-party demos and enterprise objects frameworks, or framework rather. It's pretty neat. It's an operating system, I swear. What other goodies are in here? Anything else? No, that's where the discs are. But yeah, we have sort of this double-bound piece of documentation. And there's another bunch of papers in the back shoved in here. License agreement, blah, 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 blah. And an installation manual for, I guess, another release. So that's pretty cool. I know Sean likes to install the Intel release, I think it's an Intel release, of Rhapsody on his various PCs. And I think there was one other Yeah, there's a few other binders in here. I'm not going to dig them all out. There's a communications toolbox. Oh, and this. I have this drive. I mean to do a video on it, but I have the manual now too. This, oh, it has the registration card. And so this was a special disk drive that Apple made a special card for the Mac 2 series and the Macintosh SE, and allowed you to use 5¼ inch PC floppy drives on a Macintosh. Classic manual here. Yeah, so you install that special card, and then you could just plug in the drive. And with the appropriate software, you too could mount PC disks on your Mac. And I always love these diagrams of like, don't torture your damn disks. Why does Windows keep moving this chat window around? I don't understand what's going on here. Like, I'm double clicking, I'm moving the thing. All right, just leave, stay Windows, stay. Good, be good. So that's pretty neat. I'm gonna put that back with the, it's got a packing list too. Let's see what we should have got. We should have gotten the drive, the manual, and the warranty card. Nice, so I have everything but the box. Yay. All right. Let's put some of this stuff back in there so we do not lose it. Put that CD back over here. Is everyone having a good Saturday? I hope so. Let's put this lid on here. Oh, I'm not looking forward to getting the next bin. It's so heavy. It's a heavy bin. It's so full of the heavy thing. I do it anyway. All right, so just that's the bin right there. That's the one I have to get. Oh, I don't know. Windows is dumb, and I probably didn't have a driver installed. And if you're looking at my lips, that's weird. But yeah, sorry if there's a lag or something like that. Computers, man, what are you gonna do? All right. Oh, jeez, that's heavy. Ow, 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 ow. Ah. Ugh. Oh, sorry to hear that, Soccer Wrench. Hopefully your weekend improves. Oh, jeez. Oh, any relaxing stuff I did to my back earlier has been undone very quickly. Cheese 'em crackers. Ugh. Hi. Anybody tuning in's like, ugh. What the hell's wrong with this guy? Holy smokes, you need booze. Colin, do not encourage that behavior. Oh, God. All right, we have a Macintosh compatibility chart. Look at this. This is why I love that scanner I got. That. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is so cool. I have this big roll scanner that could scan these big ass things now. Look at that. Oh, it's blank on the back. But this is a compatibility chart. Whoopsie doodle. For the Macintosh Plus all the way through the Macintosh Quadro 900. So it talks about compatibility with software, memory upgrades, logic board upgrades, miscellaneous upgrades, storage. It talks about PowerBooks, displays, cables, and older peripherals, including the image writer. Oh, other peripherals. How about that? Network and communication software. Oh, this is cool. Oh, yes. Well, duh. That's why I got the roll scanner so I can archive these things. And yeah, let me just iterate. The whole reason I bought this stuff is not to just hoard it. I mean, that's part of it. But to eventually archive it. I would love to do that day in and day out. That would be really cool. I'm sure I get sick to hell out of it. I'd be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But, you know. Oh, and this is stationary. Look at this. This is stationary from an Apple dealer. How freaking cool is that? Must hoard. So these were the two bins of documentation and junk that individual sold me at VCF Midwest. He wanted to sell it as a bundle. Oh, this is a Macintosh portable little handout thing. Isn't that cute? It's like a little Macintosh Portable. It works better than my Macintosh Portable, I can tell you that. Isn't that cute? It is adorable. Let's see what they say about the video port. The video port, because they never released the accessory for this thing. Sorry if my beard was touching the microphone. The video out port makes it easy to connect your Macintosh Portable to an Apple 12-inch monochrome monitor, as well as a variety of other monitors and projection systems. Simply hook your Macintosh Portable up to a video adapter and then use the monitor you want to use. Yeah, that never was released, unfortunately. There is a hobbyist project that some folks were just tinkering around with, I believe, that lets you have video out. I think it's through the use of a PDS card. These are empty folders, but I thought these were cool. This is like an early 2000s design. This is a bit earlier with the red Apple logo. And then we have the gray Apple logo even earlier than that. And this is an Apple University's program folder, which is really cool. So yeah, a bunch of interesting little pieces of history here. We have some Apple Source magazines and newsletters. We have some statements on direction of communications. We have a whole book of networking here, which is cool. And each one of these are all different books. I'm not going to pull all of them out here, but a lot of them are like these anthology series of, I guess, volumes of like different publications and things and white papers and junk. Oh, you know what? I had the chat on the top chat, not the all chat. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that, folks. Cheese and crackers. And so if I missed anything in the chat, I apologize. But yeah, this is all just a bunch of cool stuff. I did see some of these archived already, which should save me some time. But it is really cool to see this stuff. Some of them are wire bound, which will make it easier to scan. Everything Macintosh. So that's really cool. And oh yes. Look at this. With a fake signature of John Scully. Look at this. 1987 HyperCard supplement. Come on, focus. There we go. Good night, Kai. Take care. My goodness, it's 9 o'clock already. There's a book in here? Oh, Inside Apple Talk, 2nd edition. How about that? Hardcover book. I think that has been archived. But yeah, too many books to go through here, but I just wanted to give you an example of some of the goodies that were in there, because really freaking cool. Oh wait, I'm crushing them because I didn't put, I think this I shoved down here. Yes. Yeah, some of these I'm just being extra sensitive about their placement. So to make sure when everything's put back, nothing gets crushed. HyperCard, I know. Erica loves his HyperCard, and who could blame him? All right. Oh boy, these bins are heavy. I'm gonna move this way for a second, so you don't. I was gonna say so you don't risk seeing my butt, and then the camera fell on the floor. Isn't that funny? This professional YouTube guy I am. Oh boy, I dozed off for part of it. I'm almost there. I'm tired as well. Ugh. Let me just move this bin back to its original position. This other bin's in the way too. Ah, there we go. Oh boy. All right. Oh, that's a heavy thing. That's very, very, very heavy. The bin. Oh gosh. Oh. Hi. Is it nap time yet? I don't want to take a nap. One of the other reasons I was going to stream with this laptop is I'm tempted to get a... All right, Dana, take care. I'm tempted to get a new laptop, and it dawned on me, I've never owned a new laptop. Never. I've always had a hand-me-down or a used one. I've never owned a new laptop. Because I was contemplating getting a Mac Mini to replace the 2012 Mac Pro tower I have that I stream from. And I got to thinking, like, I think the Mini would do the job easily. I don't think it would be a problem. But I was also thinking, yes, it would be a nicer upgrade and everything, but it doesn't give me anything like particularly like new, you know. It'd be nice to have for sure. But then I was thinking, oh wait, like I haven't had a laptop in ages. Maybe I should get a laptop, because the problem is every time I go and like grab a laptop like to do something, it's like this PC laptop, which is or my 2015 MacBook Pro, which is out of commission because I have to update or swap out the SSD because I gave one to my dad from it and all this crap. And then I have a MacBook Air that I brought to VCF Midwest, which is like some puny little 4 gig of RAM model, which is like, bleh. So it's just one of these things where it's like, I should really just buckle down and get a new laptop. Not sure if it'll be a MacBook Pro or an Air or whatever. Probably don't need the biggest upgrade or anything like that, but it would be nice to have a laptop where the battery lasts, where there's enough memory and space to do everything. Why not both? Oh, that's dangerous. If you're paying for one, Colin, I'll gladly get both. Colin will send me a G4 Mac Mini. Okay, actually, I'll take a G4 Mac Mini. Oh boy. So what the hell are we gonna do now? I'm in front of a Super Mac, but see, the camera sucks. I can't really show you the screen. Video scaler's upstairs because we're gonna do one of those pony things again, I guess. Consulting services for helping you increase revenue. You see that pole you got in the basement? A lot of people would pay to see you use that poles. Show your ass. God, Colin. Oh. Oh boy. Chris says he bought a used M1 16-inch MacBook Pro. Yeah, you know, that's a nice machine. The problem is, I have one of those for work, and I just find it a bit too big, especially to travel with. It's a wonderful machine, but whenever I'm traveling for work and I try and use it on a plane, it's not happening. It doesn't even fit on the table. There's no way. So I'm thinking either the 14-inch or the Air. The 13-inch model may be a good fit. But that's just, you know, I had to look at the specs and the compatibility and how many displays it could drive and this or that. Ideally, I'd love to sell myself on the idea of, oh, you could use the MacBook as a streaming machine and a portable machine. But we know that probably won't happen. So, all right, what the hell are we going to do here now? I can't use Elisa because I need to do an analog board recap on that. Looking at anything else I could show you folks. There's a big old Sony TV behind me that you've probably noticed. I'm tired. OBS for Apple Newton. Veronica, that's amazing. You're like a quarter of a frame per second. It's just got to redraw slowly. Oh my goodness. Colin, you never told me what step 2 was. A Gateway Solo battery. I do have a Gateway Solo laptop, but the battery does not work. And the hard drive died. That was actually a gift I was going to give to a relative ages ago for Christmas. I told them I fixed up a laptop for them. And everyone was getting ready to go out to dinner on Christmas or whatever. And, oh jeez, Colin, no, dear God, no. And I was playing around with this laptop to get everyone... I was playing around with this laptop to give to my relative, and everyone went out for dinner. And like an hour later, I finally got Windows installed, and it just like the hard drive just died. And I'm like, all right, well there goes that idea. Just completely died. Machine booted up into like some DOS prompt, didn't even know what to do. I'm like, oh boy. And that system, I forget what processor, what the specs were. It really wasn't running Windows XP all too hot, so it was like, not really probably the best machine to give the relative anyway. I still have it somewhere, but it was just like totally like, ooh, like, ouch, you poor thing. But, my goodness. My goodness. But let me give you a bit of a rudimentary tour here, now that I have nothing better to do. So we got, oop, the desk likes to hit things. We're tilted here because, you know, well, the camera's tilted. That's probably why. Yeah. So that's the furnace directly behind my head. That's what keeps me warm in the winter. We have a TV cart full of a Mac clone and a bunch of shelves of other crap. And an exercise machine that's right in front of me that I'm not using to exercise right now because I'm talking to y'all. I was thinking, oh, you know what? I could actually do some exercise and record like a Patreon exclusive thing. No, that wouldn't. Me heavy breathing and sweating is not something anybody wants to see. We have my Super Mac that I talked about before. This is a S900 dual processor model. And behind it is Mount Spindler with 6 pizza box style Macs. I would say they're 6100s, but at least one of them is a 610 or a 660 AV, one of those silly systems. If we keep going, that's a pole that helps keep the house from falling apart. There's my Lisa 2. And there's a desk full of crap as I'm eyeing the power cord to see if it gets ripped out of the thing. Yeah, so we're coming back here. Yeah, I do need to solder something. I'm trying to figure out how I can move this stream to the other side of the basement without breaking everything. Because I don't know if that's a thing. Trina, no. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know MacFX was making some of those. That's really cool, Apples Anonymous. I did buy a pair from him not too long ago. 20 of them. That's great. Hopefully the plastic is still in good shape. Yes, I do need to solder 2 things together. It does power up, Dave. The problem is the analog board, the solder joints are a little bit finicky. So after it's on for like 10 or 15 minutes, the monitor kind of goes a little wonky. And because of that, I would like to recap the analog board. Because if I'm going to open it up to reflow those joints, I might as well recap it. So that's my logic for it. Yeah, let's go solder some stuff. I have some energy to do that. Let's figure out how the heck we're going to do this. I think we're going to have to take a gamble here, folks, because I don't know how to do this. I've done this with StreamYard before. I think if I... well, let's figure this out. So there's going to be an intermittent thing here. I'm going to unplug the Ethernet cable from this laptop, and it's going to not be happy. But let's hope Windows is smart enough, oxymoron, of how to do this. Let's see. Because if I'm still connected to Wi-Fi, which I should be, I am. Let's see if the stream continues if I unplug the Ethernet cable. If not, it's been nice knowing y'all. But then we could continue on our desktop Mac here. So there's the Ethernet cable. Stick around, folks. This might just take a minute or so. Refresh your browser if it's more than 30 seconds. Disconnected, connecting. Come on, OBS. Reconnection successful. Okay. So I should still be streaming. So now the issue is, good night, Snake Boy. Now I have to switch to a webcam that's built into the system, which this one has a terrible webcam. So we're gonna switch to this view here, and I'm gonna change the camera real quick to the horrible integrated webcam, which, oh, that looks terrible. Why is it so tiny? Stupid Windows. Yeah, I blame Windows for everything. Oh my gosh, it looks like ass. Glad I'm still streaming. All right, let's go unplug this camera. And we're going to unplug ourselves. I don't know why it muted. I'm so sorry. You couldn't hear me the whole time. I was just complaining. I forgot I unplugged the microphone because I'm an idiot. I was just complaining that this camera sucks, the quality's bad, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to try and rejoin on the Mac. Just give me a second here. It's going to start up. Yeah, because I didn't have the second screen. I couldn't even see your comments, so my apologies. Your mom has that Surface panel. Oh, boy. Yeah, sorry. I know the audio disconnected. I figured that out. Interpretive dance. Oh, hell no. Nobody needs to see that. Yeah, all right. So let's wait for my decade-old Mac to start up. It's going. More than a decade at this point, my goodness. Yeah, this, oh God, this whole thing just sucks. This laptop is like, it doesn't have a standard Dell power jack, so I have to use this Thunderbolt dock, and the Thunderbolt dock is like, the last thing the spacebar sees. Derp. All right, the Mac is just starting up here. Let's see how we could, whee! Let's make everybody sick. Oh boy, knocking into things. That's a bad idea. All right, let's not make everybody sick. I don't know. The Windows something. Windows dumb. All right, let's open up OBS on our Macintosh here. And the camera blinked, so I think that's getting power. And I don't know how to... I don't know how this is going to work. Because I'm on such an old version of OBS here that I'm going to click stream and I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. All right, let's think about this fourth dimensionally here. I think I need to just double check that the stream key matches this exact thing. Oh boy. This is either going to work or it's not going to work. We'll figure it out. Yeah, this house is pretty sturdy. I mean, I'm glad it is because I have a lot of crap in it. You can see where I hide all the other computers. Like the Duo docks, which fit perfectly between the floor joists. All right, so if we click on the stream button here, sorry for the detour, folks. I know this is probably like everyone's like, what the hell is this guy doing? He's an idiot, obviously, and that's, you know, that's obviously the truth here. Let's just copy this and paste it here. Click OK. Start streaming. Let's see if that overrides this. Maybe? No? Maybe I have to stop this one? Hold, please. No? Maybe I have to stop this one? Hold, please. Hey, how about that? I don't know how that worked. All right, we're going to close this laptop. All right. Hello, folks. Ah, it's good to be back. Oh gosh, the chat is so tiny. I gotta make it larger. I can't see it. I can't see. It's so smalls. Oh gosh. Now I can't see anything. There we go. One of my monitors is just all wacky with the resolution, so I gotta fix that. All right, let's say hello to some of the folks that joined. Hello, Joe. Hello, Metal Music, and so on and so forth. If I didn't say hello to you, hello. The old switcheroo. We've gone from a slightly jank setup to even more jank setup. That's what you like to see. All right, so I have to go grab a little box that's filled with some soldering stuff upstairs. This is the project that I want to solder together. I will also grab the microphone thingamajig from the dock that the laptop was plugged into. I guess this audio is fine. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be moving around too much Let me just get the little wireless microphone here and turn it off before I forget and deplete the battery. So I'm going to put the VR back thing on for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, depending on how quick I can run up the stairs. I'm just going to grab a box of goodies to solder, and I'll be right back, I promise. So don't go anywhere. Get a snack or something like that, but we have some cool things to solder and some cool projects to talk about, so I'll be right back. I grabbed a cookie upstairs as well. Why the heck not? Let's make some room on the bench here so we actually do some stuff. Yes, happy to see LGR making some posts again. I know he's still going through some things. He's in a tight spot with all the stuff happening to his place, so keep him in your thoughts. But he's a great guy, so hopefully everything turns out okay for him. And I'm moving stuff around on my desk here because I just have so much. Androda, I did not forget. I am working on this. It's a hard drive. There's so many things just sitting here. Oh boy. Alright, let's make some room for the soldering iron. Put some tape here. I should have cleaned up. You're eating a brownie. How does that not surprise me? And here's a Wise camera I screwed up. Well, I didn't really screw it up. It actually came to me broken. And I tried to open it up and fix it, and it was still not happy afterwards. That's the problem. I bought it used at Micro Center, like a return. And figured out quite quickly why it was returned. Let me put these screws in this little bin here so I will not lose them. And now we could clear our bench. Excellent. All right. Now you're hungry. See, when people say, I got a Mac Mini, blah, 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 I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Like the model number? Nope. I can look it up, but I don't know what, an A1176 from an A11 whatever the heck. Here, let's look that up. So we got Mac Minis, we got, that's too new. So an A1176 could either be an early 2006 or a late 2006. So that would be one with a 1.66 or 1.83 gigahertz processor or a 2 gigahertz Core 2 Duo later on. So how about that? Very nice. All right, cool. Let's get some soldering. So what the heck am I working on today? Well, I got two very cool things from. Let me get the website open so I could plug the fine person's work. Oh, my keyboard is. Oh, this is weird. This was happening before, folks. This is another weird thing that's been going on with this computer. Ever since I threatened to upgrade it with the Mac Mini, it has not been booting up right. The keyboard is not working right. Like half of the keys aren't working on this keyboard, and the keyboard works on other machines. That's exactly, Bruce. This is why my password wasn't working. I was venting to Bruce. I VNC'd into it, and I can't do a search. I can't search for the thing I want to search for. I could go to the Blue Scuzzy website. Let's see if I could click around here. Yes, there it is. Okay, I could copy and paste with my cursor. What a stupid problem to have. It's a very cromulent excuse. At least the enter key works. So Androda makes some awesome things, and I bought two things from them. The first thing I bought, which is this really handy concept, and I'm going to solder this together here tonight, is what they call a SCSI adapter with blinking lights. And this is very handy, especially if you're someone like me and you have a lot of different devices or you want to image hard drives or whatever. And I can't really hold it too tight up, straight up, because this is all loose. I have to solder it. But this is an adapter with all the different SCSI connections. Not all of them, doesn't have like the high density or whatever, but a lot of them. And so this lets you easily adapt one to the other for testing purposes. It's going to be super handy when imaging hard drives. So take a look at that. I saw Eric Helgeson with one of these, and I'm like, I got to get one of those. So now I have one. They're on sale on their website, so you go check that out. I put the link in there. So I thought that was going to be fun. And it's got blinking lights, so we're going to see all the blinking lights. And then the next thing that I got, and I'm going to just assemble this slightly together, because otherwise it'll be sort of difficult to imagine what the heck I'm talking about. But I bought another Blue Scuzzy, but this one is special. This one is quite interesting. I didn't have one of these before. And I'm stalling for time as I put it all sort of loosely in the case. This is an external Centronics style Blue Scuzzy. So like if you have an old CD drive or tape drive or something like that. Oopsies. This 3D case is needs some retooling by my good friend Bruce at Brink's Creations. It's one of these thick boys. So it's like the big old connector there, which is pretty cool. I do have an HDI 30 adapter, so that's no problem, Francois. And I think those are hard to find, the physical hardware for it, so they get a pass from me on it. But so we're going to build the Blue Scuzzy, and we're going to build this little dealie here. So I think we'll start with this little SCSI dealie, because I think that will be the most entertaining to start with. I think it has termination enabled on because it's an external Blue Scuzzy, so I think that has enabled it's enabled. So first off, I have to bend down here and reach for the microscope cable because I unplugged it because I'm an idiot. There we go. I'm gonna plug this into the USB port on the back of the system. Because this Mac Pro has two USB 3 cards, otherwise I wouldn't be able to use all the cameras I can. There we go. How about that? It actually showed up. Yeah, another excuse for a Mac Mini, I know. This, oh boy. Alright. So, let's see what we got to do here. Surprise stream! I did promote the stream everywhere except my own Discord channel, because I'm an idiot, I guess. But yeah, we got all these little thingamajigs here. Now, I'm going to look at the diagram on the website, the picture rather, of androda.work, and make sure I'm going to solder this incorrectly, because I do not want to do this incorrectly. That would be very bad. Very, very bad. Alright, so that one looks like it goes there. Oh, see, look, I had this the wrong way. This one is supposed to go with a little notch this way. You can't see that really, but the notch faces the silk screen, like it should. How about that? Oh, I know. I'm running out of flux. Oops. Oh. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to solder some of these things, and we'll just go from there. So, yay! So let's look at the instructions here, in case there's anything. Centronics 50 pin must be installed backward. The wider side faces DB15. The notch in the male SCSI detector must face correctly. See the picture, blah, 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 blah. Alignment peg on the female SCSI detector must face correctly. Okay. PowerBook, you must line up the pin marked with X with the missing pin on your PowerBook hard drive connector. Otherwise, the signals will be in the wrong order and all chaos will ensue. Okay. So we got to fix a lot of these. Well, we have to make notes of these things. I don't think this connector is missing the pin here. Well, the connector isn't missing a pin, but I guess I could just solder it there anyway. I mean, I guess there might be some. I'm double guessing myself here. Sorry. So there's a missing pin there. It is marked on the silk screen. So I guess I'll just solder this the way it is. I won't like bend that pin or anything like that. Or maybe, you know what? I just won't solder it in. I just won't solder that pin. And if we need to solder it in the future, we could solder it. But we have enough soldering to do. There's enough pins here for everybody. Oopsies. I did not tighten my microphone. What the hell are you doing here, Stephen? What are you doing here? Amateur hour here. There we go. Maybe, kind of, sort of. What are you feeling a bit too scuzzy today, Stephen? There we go. So I'm gonna pin this website message to the chat there, so you can see where I got these cool little toys. And I'll turn on the soldering iron, and we're going to turn on the fume extractor so I don't. Oopsies! Oh no! All the things are falling on the ground. Oh boy! The setup is more convoluted each and every time I go to stream. I swear. Yes, yes, yes. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. My goodness. Oh, boy. Hope everyone's gonna, for those who celebrate in the U.S., have a nice Thanksgiving. Not next week. The week after next, right? Week? No, next week. Next week. Next week. Next week. Oh, boy. I'm getting lightheaded. I should not extract the fumes. Maybe they'll wake me up. Don't do that. I'm just joking. Few days. I can't wait. Fat guy time. Pies. When you know, Thanksgiving is one of the few days out of the year where you can have multiple slices of different pie, and no one would ever look at you differently. They're like, "Oh yeah, he's just getting a piece of pie." That's great. Oh boy. All right, I'm just waiting for this YouTube window to view. There we go. So now we can see. Oh yes, the MST3K Turkey Day Marathon. That's always a classic. For those of you who are into Mystery Science Theater 3000. All right, so we're just going to put a little bit of flux on here. My goodness, it's been like a month since I've done this. And we'll hopefully have the right... No, we don't have the right... Oh, yes, we do have the right soldering tip in there. Thank goodness. I'm too impatient to wait. And we'll just... we're going to tack down the corners of this. So there's no going back. And only after you tack down the corners can you look on the other side and go, "Oh no, we made a mistake." No, we're good. Because this connector is identical either way you put it on, so that's fine. Yes, Trina. Well, I specifically said those in the U.S., so you chose not to listen. That's on you, pal. be nice if the missing pin silkscreen was on the other side as well, just, you know, to make note of. But I'm gonna note this manually here. So let's see how many pins it's away from the. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay, so on this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the one without the little thingamajigs there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder this one here and this one there, and there we go. I guess it doesn't hurt if I solder it. I mean, I guess some notebook SCSI hard drives may require that pin, but all the ones I've seen, at least the Apple ones, don't. So. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a nice Thanksgiving, hang out with family and so on. It's always a nice holiday, at least in my experience. It's always a lot of running around though. You know, oh, you have to get this, you have to get that, you have to cook this, who's bringing this, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. So hopefully it's not too stressful. I know it could easily be stressful for folks. My fume extractor needs to be turned on a bit faster. There we go. Ooh, Linuxy Discord. Now I know who to bother with all my stupid Linux questions. I can finally remove Sean off speed dial. All right. Hopefully you don't hear that noise too much. It's the fume extractor so I don't die. It's important. I am using Melty McMeltface. It's the only decent soldering iron I own, so whether it's going to explode or not, it hasn't exploded in a few years, so I think we'll be okay. Alright, so now we're going to solder on the DB25 connector. That goes here. And yeah, it just sits like that. Well, best of luck with the Discord, Veronica. I have a Discord too, and I neglect it because I don't have the time, unfortunately. That could be said about a lot of things in life right now, unfortunately. But I do try and post updates and stuff there. And thankfully all the kind people who are part of that Discord channel keep it alive with friendly discussions and such. So. It's not something I necessarily advertise, but if you do join my Patreon at a certain level, you get invited to the Discord, I believe, automatically. And I can't remember if I still have that set up, because there was like a login thing where I had to like redo something or something. I don't freaking remember. Well, I'm not too much of a Linux aficionado. I use it. I use Ubuntu a lot for recovering data from things when like Windows just like craps the bed and it won't read a disk or something like that. So I'm not really an expert, but when I said Sean was on speed dial, I was referring to a video I made about Dell Inspiron desktop, and I flipped a coin essentially to install an OS, and I chose Linux, and so I did a little silly thing with him. At least hopefully it came out silly. Where he was guiding me through of how to Linux properly. So, but when I was talking about that Gateway Solo before, that was supposed to be for a relative. Well, when they finally came around again, I gave them a Dell laptop with Linux on it. I don't know if they still use it, but I did give that to them. Let's solder this. This is going to take a heck of a lot of heat, huh? Hope we soldered that correctly. Yes, we did. Oh, well, thank you, Veronica. Yes, we had some fun with it. That's great. I love discovering new channel and new videos and content because you know, sometimes YouTube will be pretty on the button of like, hey, you'll like this. I'm like, oh, cool. And other times it's just like the dumbest suggestions of like news stuff or just like political junk or like something I've no interest in, and I'm like, huh? So really, you know, like the best place to find like content, like curated content, is by asking around. So, well, that is great, Gopher Man. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Unfortunately, I have zero control over that, but I'm glad it worked this time. Alright, so we have that connector on. Let's install the chonky connector. This is the big old scuzzy connector there. So we have 3 of them on already. I've never soldered this one on, these types of connectors on before. My goodness, that's a chunky one. Alright, so we're going to do the same as we did before. We're just going to tack down the corners. I'm just going to do this off camera here so I can ensure it's level. And then we'll do the rest of it under the microscope. Which, you know, really, I need the microscope to solder these days. My eyes are terrible. Oh, see, I took my glasses off. It's very difficult for me to read the chat, and it's like 24-point type on a monitor maybe 3-4 feet away from me. Oh, my neck. Somehow the soldering must continue. So I am working on tidying up a video about SCSI. I was away last week for work and then had a little personal trip that tacked on to the end of it. And I have a bunch of work stuff going on and some deadlines I gotta meet, so I gotta focus on that stuff. But I am planning on wrapping up a number of videos. One is a SCSI video. One is a video about my Amiga 2000 I restored, which I never finished putting together, so I will have to film the rest of that. And got the Macintosh clones video I gotta do. I have an update to that Pioneer video, the one about the Pioneer Macintosh clone. So I have a second video related to that I filmed partially. So I just got to get back into the... But, you know, the sad part is I get an idea. I'm like, oh, I want to film this. And it's like, no, Steven, you already have 5 episodes you didn't finish yet. You should finish those. But it's like, I don't want to. I want to work on this one. Because, you know, like the SCSI thing I'm finishing, there's like, you know, 20 items of B-roll I have to get or whatever at the film things or whatever. And everything takes time and all that such. So it will get done when it gets done. So yeah, I still have a full-time job. It's still taking up the majority of my time each day. So it is what it is. But I do sincerely appreciate everybody's patience. The other thing that's been going on is my iPhone has been bugging out. I went to the Apple Store the other day, yesterday. It was just not happy. Or the day before yesterday, whenever it was. And the camera keeps stalling. It keeps saying it's out of space when it's not. I mean, just weird stuff, you know? And so I'm going to try and get them to replace the darn thing, but they're like, oh, well, you got to erase it, and then we got to see if it's the software or the hardware. And I'm like, well, it's under AppleCare. Like, don't you just swap these things out? I guess they're more strict with that these days. But if you want to hear me bitch all about that, I do the Unimplemented Trap podcast, which is a supporter-exclusive podcast for myself and Colin of This Does Not Compute. So if you like hearing us ramble about technology and stuff, give that a listen. It is on my Patreon page. It's also on my YouTube membership page. And if you subscribe to Colin's Patreon, it is also on there. Oops, we got a bridge there. And it's just a very low-key podcast where we just chat. It is an exclusive podcast just for supporters, so you will not find it anywhere else. And we've gotten a pretty good response so far. We just recorded our 19th episode the other day, which is very strange to think about. But yeah, had a lot of fun. Thank you, Trina. I sincerely appreciate your support of it. Oh yes, please like the thingamajig. Yes, you are looking at the feed directly from the microscope. So let's transition to the other screen there for a second as my eyes adjust to the light. There we go. So we have 3 SCSI connectors soldered so far. We have the laptop one up top. We have the DB25, and then we have another, the DB50, or the C50, the Centronics 50. And we have 2 more to go. Now I was speaking to Eric Helgeson about this. And I might want to... Hey, it's Garth! I might want to fiddle with this a bit differently. So, for example... it went flying. For example, whee! For example, this little board, what it's designed to do is it's designed to let you plug different SCSI things into one another and so on. The only thing is, you would need a double-ended female SCSI cable to connect it to the SCSI bus of a Mac, like what I would want to do. So instead of the male connector here that they give you, I might want to install the female one instead, which would allow me to just plug in a standard 50-pin SCSI cable, because otherwise the connector that they give you is a male connector, which is fine and all, but that would mean I'd have to plug a female connector into here, and I don't have any Mac that has a SCSI cable that has a female connector on the end of it that's not just an extension cable. And while that works in most cases, I'm thinking of like the 8600 tower I have here. That has a long SCSI cable that would go into a female connector. So I might leave this one out just for now. And I might just solder in this one until I get an appropriate connector for the other one. To just use it the way I like. So. Well, thank you, Aaron. There is, I believe, a... did I put a Patreon preview? I think a few months ago. I think I put a Patreon preview to the SCSI video on Patreon. But the full one will be posted hopefully soon. I just have to film a lot of different connectors and stuff. My desk behind me was full of crap for the longest time. Now it's pretty good. I think there's less crap on there so I could finish filming. But it's like, oh, I have to get a close-up of a Terminator. I have to do this. I have to do that. So there's a lot of little things that just make that a little bit tedious. But it will be done soon. I'm just going to peg down the corners of this connector there to help make this process a little bit easier. Let me switch back to the microscope, sorry. Using enough flux. You got the little stray solder there. You have the genders backwards. It's just the connectors, but I'm choosing to install them a different way. Yeah, because I think I might have one that reaches over to the the little chipset there, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to leave that one blank for now. And once we have the proper connector I want to use, I think that'll be great. Because that's the whole reason I got this, is to use with the PowerMac 8600 I have, which is sort of permanently set up on a desk over there. And I use that for imaging a lot of hard drives, and this will just make it a lot easier, because what I could do is I could just use this little board, and the bottom connector will be plugged into the PowerMac, and the rest, including the laptop one, I could just plug in stuff to, which will be great. So, oh, hold on, let me go back up. I built one of these, and I'm confused about what you're doing with the connectors. Oh boy. I'm looking at the picture. Oh yeah, how about that? Yeah, I did the thing wrong, apparently. Oops. Yeah, I'm stopping. Well, now we get to use the solder sucker. Isn't this fun when you learn? I'm tired. I should not be soldering. Is it nap time yet? Okay, so that goes in. We'll see. I read it wrong. I read it as one thing and I meant the other thing. But I know what I mean now. Oh boy. At least I didn't put all 50 pins in. I only put like 7 or 8. That's okay. Always a good time to use the Moo gun, huh? I have to wait for it to heat up. It's not hot enough yet. Thank you, Gut Bomb. You saved my butt again. Alright. Thank goodness you were here. That's the problem when you're chatting and you're just doing stuff. You tend to make mistakes, even if you're trying to be careful. So, measure twice, cut once. Breach hole, all die. Huh, even had it underlined. Alright, so I think it's still just slightly connected. Slightly, yeah. We'll get that out of there. Yeah, it's fresh solder, so it's not giving me too much of a fight. Might even just loosen it. Oh, I lost a pin. Alright, that's alright. There we go, good as new. Okay, alright, so we got it out of there. We didn't break anything too badly. So looking at the picture, now with my proper mind in here, which makes sense now, because reasons, it should go in like this. And of course, you know, the instructions are right on the website, and I just, you know, didn't do the thing right. Because I silly, and I'm tired. And I'm going to blame it on that. So yeah, so the notch faces up towards the rest of the board. And that should be good. So I'm going to tack that down before Gut Bomb can tell me I'm doing it wrong. Love you, Garth. I mean, it kind of does, but I mean, you could see why I got confused. I mean, maybe not. For some reason, I read this as a female connector because of the large crevice in the port, and I think that's like that's the port you plug into, but I'm incorrect, obviously. So let's go back to the microscope here, and we'll solder this up correctly. Yeah, it's like an adult Macintosh enthusiast busy box. All right, so let's set this up here. You know, I really just learned through a lot of trial and error. But the biggest tip I could give you, Patrick, is my friend Bruce of Brankus Creations has some excellent soldering videos for beginners. And really what it comes down to is getting a pretty decent soldering iron. You could get one for under $100. You don't got to break the bank. But you want to use high quality leaded solder and flux. At least leaded solder works the best for me. You might have better luck with other things, but high quality leaded solder, high quality no clean flux, and my iron is set at 419 degrees or so, and when I just touch the solder, it just melts beautifully. And it's pretty hot. You know, most people recommend working at 350 or 400. I set mine a little hot just because I've gotten used to it this way. But your mileage may vary, your preferences may change. But when I started soldering, I had a Radio Shack soldering iron that either had a 15 watt or 30 watt switch on it, and that was it. No temperature control, just the amount of watts that it would eat up, and I sucked at it. I didn't have good quality flux. I didn't have any flux at all. I just had the solder that I had, and it was a very painful experience. This is a Kester brand. It's quite expensive. It's about $40 for a pound of solder. But I've been recapping and things for maybe, since 2017. And I'm still on the same bundle of solder. Maybe 2018 when I purchased this. Maybe it was 2020. I don't know. But it's been like 4 years at least. And I'm still on the same one. And I use a lot of it. There's not a lot of it left. But I'll actually bring up... If I could go to my own website... So I'm having a weird issue with this stupid keyboard. I can't even type Mac 84 into my thingamajig. Someone do me a favor and type in www.mac84 with the HTTP and all the stuff into the gut bomb. Could you type in my website so I can click on it, please? Because you're an admin. You can send me a link. I need to click on my own website because my keyboard is busted. And then I could share the link of the... I believe it's on one of my gear page thingamajigs. Thank you, Gutbob. And I could go to the modern site, and I could click on... I think it's called... let's see... Getting started... No, it's not that page. Which page is it? I think it's video-related links. Here we go. And there's a soldering iron. Here's the solder. Yep. All right. So, Veronica, some of these links may be outdated, so I apologize. And I don't know if... I think some of them are Amazon affiliate links, just FYI. Some of them may not be. But there's that leaded solder, the Kester one. That's the only one on the list there. Currently $41, but you get a pound of it. And that's the one that I use, Veronica. I could highly recommend it. Works great. Thank you again, Gutbomb, for helping me with my keyboard issues. And my soldering on the connector in the wrong place issue. You can't have a Mac 84 string without me screwing up dramatically. But again, if someone wants to put the link in the chat to Bruce Brankus Creations, he has a playlist of Beginner's Guide to Soldering. Excellent video. Thousands and thousands of people have watched it. Really has a lot of great tips in there. And, you know, I was okay at soldering before I met Bruce, but, you know, he just explains things in such a certain way and just makes it very accessible. And through him and Joe and a bunch of other fine folks, I've learned a lot. So I make it look easy, Bruce makes it look easy, but, you know, it's just years of experience. Oh, hey, Dave, thank you so much for the super chat. Yep, greatly appreciate it. Put that money towards a new keyboard. I don't think it's a keyboard, really. I think it's a stupid computer, but who knows. All right. All right, so that goes to there. We'll just plug that in there. And then... yeah, see, this is what I think I will do. Can't stop farting. Is that you, Stace? Don't recognize the username, and my glasses are all foggy. Or Dan. Maybe it's Dan. So what I would like to do... maybe, what temperature is your iron on, Veronica? Thanks, Trina. I always appreciate the support. What I'm thinking is, so this connector will connect to the computer, and if I want to connect a regular SCSI hard drive, the male connector here is probably not, I don't know if it, I don't even know where I put it somewhere, but like if I have an old clunky hard drive, I don't know if it would actually like fit in that position there, but hit it with a hammer. Hey Stace, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we're soldering together this little SCSI blinking lights dealie, which gives you multiple SCSI ports. It's very handy when you're trying to image something or connect different drives to a different connector and so on. And what I'm trying to do is figure out, maybe I could put a female connector on there and an extension cable. I'm not going to do that now, so don't worry, Gut Bomb. But I would like to figure that out. But we can probably see some blinking lights in a moment. So let's turn the soldering iron off here. Well, let's confirm that everything looks okay first under the microscope. Actually, no, that should be, yeah, all the traces continue whether it's soldered in or not, so should be okay. And then these look okay. Alright, and that one's open in advance. Open for a reason. That's more for those. Yeah, so I'm wondering if what my theory is if maybe if I could find the right position, and maybe I'd have to solder on backwards or something. But if I had the right male connector here, I could use it for external hard drives. But then again, I probably wouldn't even use that because I'd have the cable coming out of the Mac anyway. So, but this is handy for other things. But yes, that's what I mean. You know what I mean, Gut Bomb. We'll deal with that another day. But let's see if we could get this working. I'm going to grab the Mac LC3 that I have on the other side of the basement. So let me turn off the soldering gun here. Here we go. And I'm going to grab that and we can test to see if all the lights blink. I'm not going to put the be right back thing on, but I'll be right back. Good night, Eric. Oh, that's annoying, Veronica. Yeah, I almost grabbed the Quadra 605, but I remembered I had this, and Stefan was in the chat earlier. This is the system he gave me to fix up, which I recapped on a stream not too long ago. So, let's test it with that. Move the thingamajig over there. I'll make some space for this system here. Just read Gutbomb's message. A male connector with a cable on that spot is a good idea, though, even for drives, because you get the blinks, which you don't get by just... Yes, exactly. Blinking lights are always good. So, all right. This case is very yellowed. Doesn't show it as much on the camera. It's trying to compensate, I'm sure. But it's a very yellowy case. It's a bit beat up, but you know what? We got it working, so might as well use it. And I knocked over the trash can. What else is new? Me making a mess of things. Alright, so put our little computer here. We're going to try and do a good demonstration of all the blinking lights here. And... so we're going to plug this cable into this adapter, and then we can plug like an external blue SCSI into it, because this drive, I don't have the thingamajig there for it. So let's do that. This hard drive does work, but this cable, these are sometimes a bit finicky. There we go. It's just such close, tight quarters here. No worries, the Patreon is just there as an optional thing. If you'd like to support it, you're welcome to. I understand not everybody has the financial abilities to do so. With that being said, I do have my Patreon for just $1 a month. Of course, I'm not saying that is perfect for everyone, but most of the stuff you get on there for $1 is what everyone else does, what everyone else can see as well. So it's not like I'm like, oh well, for $5 you go. It's not doing that at this point in time. Maybe in the future if I have more perks to offer, but all right. So there is a power dealie here. Do I have to apply power to this? I guess I do. To make lights go on, huh? This auto works. In addition, there are LEDs up. This can be used to hook up an internal PowerBook hard drive to a desktop machine for backup. Okay, so the power connector can be used to hook up an internal PowerBook hard drive to a desktop machine for backup. Oh, okay. So I think that's okay then. A Framework Laptop 16. Interesting. Yeah, I'm in the market for a new laptop. Probably get a Mac though, just because. But that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to. But yeah, this is a Connor one. Yeah, you don't need the power for the lights. Excellent to know. Yeah, this is a Connor 40 megabyte hard drive with an Apple label on it. So, all right, let's get a blue SCSI. And we have one right here. So what we're going to do is look for some blinking lights, which are right here, I believe. And I'm going to put the blue SCSI here. Mine has tape on it because it's special. And by special, I mean I messed it up. And we're going to try and see if we could get some nice lights here. Let me bring a power cable closer. Oh boy, sorry, it's been a day, folks. It's been a day. All right. Framework 84. Yes, I have seen those before. But honestly, you know, I am beholden to the Mac OS. Have been since 1990. I don't think anything is going to change that anytime soon. Nothing against Linux or Windows or anything like that. Well, you know, I have plenty of things against Windows. But it's just the environment I'm used to, the compatibility I'm used to. the seamless connectivity between my phone and stuff. And yes, you pay premium for the hardware, but that is just something I am stuck in the ecosystem of right now. So for the time being, that is the way it is. But with that being said, let's see some freaking blinking lights here. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Got a chime. Got some lights initially. Little fan is... Oh, there goes some lights. Ooh, we're blinking. There's a lot of blinks going on. Don't necessarily understand what those blinks mean, but... they blinking. That's very cool. Look at them go. They're sequencing. They're going, wee. I bring this camera closer, except I would have to take it off the tripod, and that's a pain in the butt. But that's blinking lights. Look at all the blinkins. Now, let me turn the lights off. You can actually see the blinking better. Whee! Now it's not going to do anything because it all booted up. So I'm going to turn this off. Turn it on again. Just so you can see some lights again. Blinking, not blinking. Oh, Dana. Glad you got home. Oh, look at that. Isn't that freaking cool? Whee! Blinking lights. Practical blinking lights. Very, very cool. Oh, I'm sure they do, Guppa. That's very cool. Well, I'm glad that works. Again, that's from Androda. They do excellent work. I was pulling on the wrong end of the SCSI cable. And we have one more thing to solder tonight, which is also from them. But that's the multi-SCSI adapter with blinking lights. So there you go. Very, very cool. Parsing the video, reading it half by bytes. Good luck. It's certainly one way to do something. I don't know if that'll get you anything, but yeah, that's the reason I got a gut bomb, is I really wanted an adapter without all these cables that I have that are decades old. I just wanted something that I could see if it works instantly, and the blinking lights help me do that, which is great. So I'm going to put this LC down over here. So we will return to it in a moment. And we have one more thing to solder up tonight. And that is the Centronics Blue SCSI, which I'm excited to take a look at. Turn the soldering iron back on, because we're going to need it. So this is a Blue SCSI version 2. And I bought the one with the Wi-Fi on it, because it's why the heck not. And it looks like we just solder this board into here. And then we have our little Pi Pico we have to put on there. And there looks like there's a back feed jumper that we could also install there. So let's get to soldering. I'm going to put on the Pico first. And it does sit a bit proud because this side is blank, so the chipset is up here. So we do have to install these headers, which doesn't bother me all too much. And we just have to make sure we're going to install this the correct way. So there's a little arrow on the silk screen that tells you to put the USB port right here of the Pico towards there. So that's what we're going to do. Just like that. So then the SD card goes in there for the Blue SCSI. So let's switch over to the microscope view, and we can work on this. Good night, Trina. Take care. Yeah, you know, I built a Hackintosh. I'm actually working on a video that mentions it a bit. And, you know, for certain purposes, it worked fine. I had a period of time where I needed a second Mac to play around with for work crap. And it really helped me out. But it was just doing like photo editing or I think I was trying to copy like a bunch of photos or do like filters or something with the Photos app. I don't know what I was doing with iPhoto, but I was doing something where like I had my Intel iMac, which was running okay, but my Intel iMac was a Core Duo. It wasn't even a Core 2 Duo. It was the original one. And my PC at the time was a Core 2 Quad. So it was, had quad cores or whatever. And you know what? It was not bad. It worked okay. Just tacking this down so I could work on this. But, you know, it wasn't perfect. I had driver issues and sound issues because, of course, the system was not designed to run on non-Apple hardware. And there have been amazing developments by those folks who have worked on the projects and all this stuff. But, of course, because Apple is discontinuing their hardware running on Intel chips, it means they will soon discontinue the operating system running on Intel chips. And while you can run these operating systems for longer than you used to be able to do before, and still get a lot done, there's still a lot of compatible apps, eventually, at some point in time, there will be a day where things like web browsers simply won't work on old OS or whatever. So it does stink because there are a lot of very powerful Intel Macs out there. But sadly, the clock is ticking. And, you know, just the way it is. 68K to PowerPC to Intel to Apple Silicon. I'm sure they'll switch to something eventually. Who knows? But I'm quite happy. 2 years ago, I bought a Mac Studio to replace my aging Mac Pro Tower, which was running unsupported hardware with unsupported software. And I was just trying to make my Final Cut Pro videos and stuff, and I just had every problem under the sun. Random crashing to videos that would render with weird pixelization issues and all this crap. And I finally said, you know what? I'm getting a new Mac for the first time in a decade. So my previous Mac was a 2011 iMac. And I was so thrilled with the performance increase and just how slick everything was. And it really was like a night and day difference. Had a few bugs, but most of them have been ironed out. And I'm still very satisfied with that system. Which I better be. It cost me an arm and a leg. I had to do the financing through the Apple Card and all that stuff. But for my particular needs, I'm very satisfied with it. Edit on a G3 tower. Hey, Jeff, I did not edit anything on a G3 tower recently. I have done in the past. My good friend Bruce at Rankus Creations, who's also in the chat here, he did a video on his Quadra 800 using a Radius Video Vision Studio, I believe, or something along those lines. I had a heck of a time getting mine to work, and Bruce just like, oh yeah, mine works fine. And he did a video on it. He edited... I had to turn on my fume extractor. He edited a video on his Quadra 800, or an 840AV rather. Whatever machine he was using. So that was a lot of fun. Excuse me. Yep, I'm using the same one, Jeff, and I'm super happy with it. We were just talking about earlier, I'm tempted to upgrade my streaming system, the one I'm using right now, with a Mac Mini. You know, I don't need anything fancy, just like the base model, maybe. Should be fine. Because this is a 2012 Mac Pro, and it's been giving me issues like you wouldn't believe. Ever since I just had the thought in my head of like, oh, the Mac Minis are pretty cheap, maybe I'll get one. This Mac is like, no! How dare you! And it's like refusing to start up, and this and that, and all sorts of fun stuff. So I think it is time. And once I have a few bucks saved up, that will certainly be a purchase that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, the performance and the watt. I saw your video, Jeff, where you're showing the power draw on those things. It's ridiculous. I mean, this Mac Pro, the lights flicker every time the damn thing turns on. So I'll probably save a little bit on my energy bill, to be honest. But at this point, I'm just trying. I'm trying to decide between a Mac Mini and a MacBook Pro. I have never bought a new laptop in my life. It dawned on me the other day, all my laptops were refurbished or whatever. They were new to me, but they were used or hand-me-downs. And whenever I grab a laptop, I have like an old 2015 MacBook, I have an old PC laptop. They're okay, but it's like I'm always constantly shuffling documents to and from, or I'm running out of battery power or whatever. So I'm trying to decide if I get a MacBook Pro or a Mac Mini. I'd love to get both, I just can't simply afford both of them at this point in time. But, yeah, very exciting time, though, to be an Apple user, because there's a lot of interesting new hardware to tinker around with. Yeah, I don't really care about the size of the Mac Mini or anything like that. Like, yeah, sure, it's nice that it's small. If they kept it the same size, I wouldn't have cared. But it's a pretty damn powerful system as far as I'm concerned. So. Yes, so Mike is still running a bunch of Intel software, so he's still using Intel Mac, which makes sense. Oh boy. Yes, the Pico. Yes, we're building a Blue SCSI today. This is the Centronics 50-pin connector version by Androida, the only place you can get them. And this one's pretty cool because it has the older style external Centronics SCSI connector. So if you were using this like if you had an external CD drive plugged into your Mac, you just pop this on the back there. I think that's pretty cool. So it's much chunkier than the regular external Blue SCSI, but I had to try it out. So you can make them yourself. Yes, you can, with the Wi-Fi, with the Wi-Fi's too. But I just had to try it out because I love these little things of just like new little projects and boards. There's a bunch of cool stuff. My pal Gutbaum, who was in the chat earlier, doing crazy stuff. He recreated this Apple II card that interfaces with some vintage Lego stuff. He recreated the whole card. And if he's still in the chat here, please put a link to your project, Gutbaum. But it's called the Blocko. It's at jcm-1.com. And if you are into vintage Lego stuff, what a lot of people are, and you have an Apple II, you can use it to control your little Lego motorized dealies, which is really cool. Oh, you can also get the Centronics one at jcm-1.com. See, I didn't know that. Well, either way, there's plenty of cool gadgets to purchase at both Androida's website and Joe's website. This box has been sitting upstairs for so long, I think Joe wasn't selling them at the time when I ordered it. Oh, Lord. Yes, Blocko.net is the website if you want to check out that Apple II card that Gutbaum recreated and redrew for the PCB, which is really cool. If I had the Lego peripherals and the desire to play around with it, I would totally get one, but I never really got into that Lego stuff. We had some of the pirates and the what else were there? We had the pirate one, we had like a ghost one, we had an aqua set, the standard crazy Lego, the castles, the medieval castles was one. I don't remember ever getting into like the electronics ones. I think I might have had one that was motorized with the train, but it wasn't anything smart. It was just like you put batteries in it, you flick a switch. and it goes in one direction until it hits something. It was those Tomy branded trains. Oh man, I played with those things forever. I played the heck out of those things. It's like me and my brothers would just build these crazy tracks, these trains, and bump into each other, go the opposite way. That was a lot of fun. Sorry, let me catch up on the chat here. Is some of the solder making contact with the joining pins? Do you have to like sand it away or something? So I have a pretty good eye for it just because I've been doing this for quite a while. But the thing is, if you have a lot of flux on the board and you have a lot of flux between connectors, if you bridge the solder, sometimes you could get away with just moving it around. So if I zoom in at an angle, you'll see none of the solder is touching each other. But let's make a bridge to help you with this example here, Patrick. So I'm gonna accidentally make a bridge here. Well, I'm gonna do it on purpose. Right? I added too much solder here, and look, there's a bridge. Let that cool for a second. Now the thing is, if I have the iron hot enough and I just persuade it around, I now got rid of that bridge. I just moved that blob from one side to the other. And I could use solder wick, which is just copper, essentially. And I'm just evening things out here. But I could use solder wick to suck up that solder if it is a pretty bad bridge. But if you have enough flux there and you have something like a big connector with a lot of pins, sometimes you just spread that solder out and you should be okay. Yeah, sorry, this microscope camera with the glare and everything, it's really hard to see. So let's zoom out here. Or zoom in, or whatever. Anyway, we have one more little connector to install here. And that is this little jumper that you could toggle on or off for backfeed of power. And I think if you want to do some termination power shenanigans, or I really have not used that yet on the Blue Scuzzies. I haven't had need to. But I think if it's if you power it and you want to power something, I don't know, it's in the documentation. But you know, it's here. Might as well solder it. See, I don't have enough flux there, so it's really not help me out here. So just get a little bit on there. And Bruce, since you're around now, would you like? I think I saw Bruce in here. Bruce around. Bruce, can you put a playlist or a link to your beginner's guide to soldering? We had some soldering questions here, and I was plugging your videos. If you already put the plug in there and you put a link in there, thank you. But if you did not do that, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could link some of our pals here to some excellent soldering videos, because my goodness, they are excellent. Right, there we go. We have our external Blue Scuzzy here. Let me turn off the soldering iron. Look at that. That's our Centronics style connector, Blue Scuzzy. And it is, it's not actually too much bigger than the regular external one. So if you have like a proper CD-ROM external plugged into like a Quadra or something like that, feel free to buy one of these. Just plug it in. You have a bootable hard drive too, which is pretty neat. What's your favorite way to clean flux from a row of pins like that? Don't really bother about cleaning flux until the end. So what I usually do is I take some alcohol here, and I take a brush, like a toothbrush here. Let's see if I can get a good angle of this for Veronica's question, which is a great question, by the way. You know, you could ultrasonically clean it and really get things nice and clean, but sometimes you just get a little brush like this. Just put some alcohol on the brush, and you'll find that most of it comes away pretty easily. This brush is very stiff. I think I have a... Trina gave me some toothbrushes to use on stream, but they're still upstairs. But I do have one that's more of a fine bristle toothbrush that does a bit of a better job. These are quite stiff. But usually I find, like, you could see some of that just coming away. You know, it does spread it around a little bit, so you might want to get like a little paper towel or something. But most of the time, isopropyl alcohol does a pretty good job. There's also flux removal chemicals and stuff like that that does work a little bit as well. So Yes, there's Bruce's playlist for his soldering video. So if you did have questions about soldering, or if you just wanted a refresher course, super helpful videos. Even if you're experienced, they are super helpful, loaded with tips. Hype for the Sonic 3 movie. I think I'm going to see it with my nephew. I admit the first one was... did I see the second one? Yes, I saw the second. They were okay. They were fun. Jim Carrey's the best part of them. But, I mean, if I was a 12-year-old kid again, I'd be super pumped. So, I'll see it when it comes out or when it's on DVD. Or I'm sure my nephew will watch it a billion times. So, got that saved. Excellent. All right. All right, so let's plug our Blue SCSI into something. I'm going to have to get an external SCSI device to plug this into. We have our LC3, so we'll continue to use that. And I see what we could use. I'm going to grab this 1 second. Oh, boy. Okay. So, this is an external iOmega Jazz drive in a third-party case. And you'll see the back. We have 50-pin Centronic-style SCSI ports. So one will go to the computer. And the other, our Blue SCSI can plug into, which is really cool. So if you want like a period-appropriate look to your computer, let's say you already have a mechanical drive in there or whatever your case might be. This is a Procom Technology branded case. If that'll focus. Oh, you can't see. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong dumb thing because I'm an idiot. So yeah, this is iOmega Jazz setup. Got your two big old SCSI ports there. And you don't need a terminator because the external Blue SCSI terminates itself. So, which is nice. So if you want sort of like a sleek look, if you want like, you don't want people to know you got an emulation device there, nobody's gonna tell. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Put this in here. I know Bruce is eagerly chomping at the bit probably to make a case for this. He loves making 3D cases. He's very good at it. Look forward to his 3D cases for... printing his 3D cases for some of my Blue SCSI products because he does an excellent job. And I don't need any excuses to turn on my 3D printer and start printing something. So, because this is a bit flimsy, but it's just the standard case that they include. It's kind that they include a case at all, but I would love to. There we go. Get this situated properly. There we go. It's a little bit thin, but that's just the way it's designed. But yeah, it's in a case, a little flexy. But Bruce loves making his cases in brackets. So there we are. So I'm going to put an SD card into it. I'm going to steal it out of the other Blue SCSI I have. My goodness, it's getting late. So probably after this, I'm going to sign off. Been streaming for a few hours now. Maybe Bruce will stream after me. You got another one in you, Bruce? Bruce is like, oh, God, no. And let's get some cables so we can plug this in to our Mac LC. We're going to need... where did I put those cables? I put them somewhere. We're going to need a Centronics to 25-pin connector. Commodore PLA from Printed Solid. So I have all the beiges I need. That's excellent. Well, IDE was cheaper. Way cheaper than implementing SCSI. So PC manufacturers just went with that. I had some SCSI cables. I was just talking about them in a video. Where did I hide them? Where did I put them? I did a good job hiding them, that's for sure. I don't even remember where I put them. They gotta be around here somewhere. Well, I think this one works, so we'll give it a try. Use our same Macintosh LC3 that we had before. I'm going to unplug the internal drive. Just put the case back on here. Yes, SCSI was still available on PCs, but it was a higher end option, and most manufacturers just really didn't bother because it cost more. So if you wanted to, you could get an add-on thing for it, and it was quite popular for a time, but especially if you're getting a bargain basement system, no one's gonna spring for the extra cost of a SCSI drive, you know, or a SCSI controller and all that stuff. All right, so let's get the camera this way. Hi, and whoopsie doodle. Well, keeps wanting to point at my stomach. You stupid camera, this way, please. Thank you. All right. Oh boy. Okay, let's try and get this situated properly. So we have the big Centronics connector here, which we're going to plug in under here. Doesn't matter which order these go in, really. You should attach to a blue SCSI, Veronica. At least that's what I would do. Or a SCSI scanner. It's all sorts of SCSI things. A SCSI camera. Yeah, the LC3 is a great little machine. Alright, so we need 2 power cables. What? Well, this one power cable will just reach over here, so I'm going to use that for the LC. And the other power cable I will use for the hard drive here. Well, the Jazz drive and hard drive combo. So if I turn this on, we should see lights. Yes, we do. Why is that not turning on? Oh, that power strip is turned off. But we have the light on. I don't have a keyboard or mouse or video connected to the LC3, so we're not going to see it boot or anything like that. And this case should not be taken off because the screws go into a certain way, and I just realized that, so I broke it already. Oh my goodness. Well, we can see it works as the light came on, so just imagine it shot. Oh boy. I guess I could plug it into a screen, but I'm just very lazy tonight. We'll just pretend it works. And if it doesn't, I'll figure that out like on a future stream. Be like, why does this work? Oh, it's my fault, you know. Veronica says, I had a SCSI digitizer in my quote-unquote junk I rescued pile, but I could never find the time to get it to work, so I went to Free Geek. Yeah, well, I'm sure some would make good use out of it. My goodness, lots of cables, lots of cables. Yes, we'll be doing that, Bruce. I'm just giving myself some wiggle room here. And we're going to turn around and plug it into the screen I have behind me. So just give me a moment, and we'll set that all up. And I think that'll be a good way to wrap up the stream. Because 8, 9, 10, 11... Oh, it's 4 hours, right? Is that right? My goodness. My back still hurts from lifting those containers before. But, 3 hours. My math is crap, as Bruce would say. He might use a different word, though. We have the Quadra 840AV board here I've been playing around with. So you'll probably see that in a future stream. Alright. So let's set up this LC3. We'll see what it can do. Oh boy. And I'll try and position the camera so you can see it, but it is quite far away. I answered your question before, Steve, I think. I'm going to try and see the film with my nephew. I always like taking him to those movies. We'll see how it is. Oh boy. So many cables. It's all your fault, Bruce. All right, let's see if I can get my my phone here. Let's see if I have this Wi-Fi camera set up. My phone's been acting really strange lately. Hoping they'll just swap out the damn thing. Oh, I forgot the... I guess I'll just hold it. Wi-Fi camera, there it is. And that's the wrong IP address, so I have to put in the right one here. Click activate. Oopsies, that's the wrong one. I can't type the damn numbers. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh good, there's an 8 over here. That's what I need. I could copy and paste this. This is absolutely freaking ridiculous. This stupid keyboard on this stupid computer. It's like I didn't even like spill water or anything on it. So it's like, what the hell? All right. So activate. All right, there we go. So if I hold it like this, and the audio should be the microphone still. I'm sorry if you might have a little trouble hearing me. I'm going to have my head turned away from the microphone, but at least you'll be able to see the computer a bit better. At least that's the plan. So, all right, here we go. Whee! Now it's not going to focus, is it? Oh, this stupid phone. There we go. All right. See, this is the proper camera, but my computer won't handle that. It gets confused. It's too high resolution for it. All right, so I have the LC3 here, and let's see if it wants to work. Oh, that power switch has to be on too. Oh, boy. Oh, that's not plugged in. Oh, jeez. You know, what am I even doing here anymore? I don't know. I'm old and confused and tired. I need a vacation. Dang! Oh, an LC. Whatever it is. I keep saying LC3. I know what I have. Hey, we got video. Hopefully there's a compatible Blue SCSI image in there, because that would be an oops. If I put the wrong image in there. There we go. Again, with you stupid phone. There we go. The yellowing is very similar on these two devices here. It really is. Alright. I think we are running system 7.1 on here. There we go. 6 megabytes of memory. My goodness. And I think if we have enough VRAM for color? Oh, my arm is tingling right now. This is not fun. Oops, wrong control panel. Stupid lack of tripod. There we go. 16 colors, baby. And if we open up SCSI Director, we should see the Jazz drive as well. I saw your comment, Veronica. Let me scroll back up. But YouTube does block things weirdly. I don't know why. Let's see. Oh. Maybe the Jazz drive is not working anymore because it's not even seeing it. But we do see the blue SCSI. So maybe the Jazz drive is sad, or I unplugged it, or I honestly can't remember. But hey, the blue SCSI works. So that's good to know. And yes, this is an LC. I kept calling it an LC3. I don't know why. But that's the way my brain is. Slightly broken. Let's switch over here. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I greatly appreciate the super chat. Yep. Let me move the camera back over here. Nerd. Hi. Let's scroll up. Sorry, I missed some of the chat here. Doop 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 doo. 10 dot something something something. Yeah, it's very sensitive with links, Veronica. I don't know why. It's just so dumb. So dumb. I don't know. I can't remember if I opened that case before. I have so many of these external SCSI things that people just give me at shows, or they're like in the free pile and I grab them. And that was the closest thing of like, hey, here's a SCSI thing. And it's in one of the videos I'm doing. It's just like a prop. So didn't really expect it to work, but curious now. That's one of the things I'll add to my list. It could also just be a SCSI conflict or something silly like that. But the LC works fine. The blue SCSI works fine. I'm going to shut off the computer now. And I hear the fan inside of that making awful noises. So, oh boy. So yeah, I think that's going to about do it for us. We've been streaming for 3 hours now. And got blocked again for spelling it out. How about this, Veronica? I trust you here. I trust you. So you're going to get a little bit of a superpower here. Now you can post some links, Veronica. You won't get blocked again. Just because you're cool. And I know you in person. My goodness. All right, so what did we do today? Well, we looked through a bunch of stuff. We complained about things. And what else did we do? We looked through a lot of bins, that's for sure. Don't let the power go to your head. We looked through a lot of the cool things that I picked up from VCF Midwest, a lot of the documentation and videotapes and stuff like that. There's some hardware I didn't go through yet, but I'll have to do that, I guess, sometime soon. Solderfumes.local. I am going to name a server that and connect to it. Oh, Mike. What of us? What of us? I'm still here. OBS says it didn't crash yet, but I guess I better wrap it up if the internet's going to hose me. So thank you so much for tuning in. Allison and I will be doing another one of those video game pony-tastic streams, for better or worse, whether you like it or not, sometimes next week, I think. And it's totally worth it to get you points. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. I will be posting on my Patreon an update that I had scheduled, but my phone screwed up during the video recording, so I had to splice it together and then post it. Hopefully I'll get another video out quite soon. I am going to be taking some time off for the holidays next month, so hopefully I'll be able to catch up on some of my backlog then. But sincerely appreciate every single person who hopped on today, hit the like button, the subscribe button, all the super chats. Thank you so much. You keep this channel going. Seriously, you do. So thank you so much. No, I think on Thanksgiving, I will just be not doing any work at all. That sounds about right. So thank you, Bruce. Thank you, I8386SX. Just as I was leaving, another super chat. Thank you so much. Yep, greatly appreciate it. And next month, I guess, is December. But I'm more of a Mac guy, so I don't know. I'll let other people play around with DOS. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that anyway. But that's about it for now. Go to mac84.net or shop.mac84.net if you want one of my shirts. And that's about it. I'm going to hit the end stream button before I stop making sense. Oh, wait. That happened a long time ago. Bye!